Hey everyone, I'm Yuval. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Digital Asset, the creators of Canton Network, which is a privacy-enabling layer one. So what we're going to talk about is the opportunity around stablecoins and just generally speaking, assets on chain once you unlock the ability to do compliant privacy. So that's me. Cool. So those of you who have been tracking Vitalik have been very active recently, and about a week or so ago, Ethereum announced that privacy is freedom, privacy is order, privacy is progress. And it's extremely exciting that the founder of Ethereum have come to that conclusion. At Digital Asset and Canton, we have written the white paper of Canton in 2015. And already then we said that in order to unlock assets on chain, privacy is a must-have. And why is it a must-have? If we look at the market, in 2024, we had $25 trillion worth of stablecoin pair trading. But if we compare that just to the revenue, not actual volume, we're seeing $2.5 trillion of revenue potential. But the reality is that without privacy, right, we're not going to be able to achieve that potential. And really at Canton and Digital Asset, that's what we've been focusing. Institutions will not transact on chain unless privacy is enabled. So to us, public chains are failing today, institutions that want to come on chain. And we believe that privacy is a bug. It's not a feature. I think that it's important to understand that when it comes to Bitcoin, which is a specific and very unique asset class, that's where, the lack of privacy is allowing the asset to be transparent and not to have any hacks. But when it comes to real world assets, you don't need that kind of a feature. And as you see already, the assumption is that by 2028, most stablecoins that we know today already will fail to reach adoption. And therefore, us as an industry, we need to focus on what are the features that are needed in order to allow large institutional players to transact on-chain. So let's just think about some of the examples of why we need privacy. One of the exciting opportunities is to distribute payroll in real time. Maybe some of you here would enjoy everybody know how much you get paid and see when you get paid. Most people do not want their payroll to be known to the rest of the world. And for the most part, employers would not accept to show everyone what is their payroll. The other one is B2B payments. Again, if we're thinking about corporates today, when it comes to the crypto market, corporates maybe are okay crypto networks to show what they're doing. But if you start thinking about traditional corporations, they again would not be okay showing the entire world what they're transacting in real time. Think about a publicly traded company will not be comfortable with everyone seeing what they are transacting on chain in real time. Also, another great example is we're seeing treasury management. So a lot of corporations today are very interested to use stablecoins to manage their balance sheet more efficiently. And as a result of that, again, they will not be okay with everyone seeing how they manage their treasury. For those of you who've been in crypto, you probably know whale watchers. Whale watchers are X account that look at everything that is happening on chain. And every time a crypto asset moves, they put it on X, and then everybody sells before the asset was able to be liquidated on an exchange, right? We always see a lot of Bitcoins move to Binance, they move to OKX, they move to Coinbase, market sells ahead. Again, those type of activities are things that large institutional players would not be okay with. And I think that if we solve for privacy, we can prevent these things from happening. And then just generally speaking, we will talk in a second, I think that What a lot of large banks and large-scale institutions are very excited about is how to start moving to 24/7 financing. So for those of you who've been tracking, a lot of the traditional exchanges have been talking about moving to 24/7 trading. But the reality is that if you want to move to 24/7 trading, we need to be able to move margin 24/7. And again, if we want the large institutional players to participate in such activities, we need to be able to solve for privacy. Now, I think that in the last year, we started to hear a lot of layer ones talk about privacy. And it's extremely important to understand that privacy is very specific when we talk about it in Canton. For us, privacy has to be compliant with regulation. That means that you need to be able to share information on a need-to-know basis rather than to solve for anonymity. And what I mean by that is if a regulator comes to an exchange or a stablecoin issuer, they need to be able to make sure that said stablecoin issuer have complied with all KYC AML rules. A lot of times what you will see, because most layer ones did not solve for privacy to begin with, they're hoping now that zero-knowledge proof will be a patch that you can, slap on a layer one and voila, you have privacy. But the reality is zero-knowledge proof is not compliant. It's a black box that doesn't allow the issuer or the regulator to actually see what is happening inside. And although it's a very exciting technology, my co-founder actually is one of the creators of zero-knowledge proof, it's not compliant with regulations. And therefore, I think that that's an extremely important thing to understand the difference if you are a regulated financial institution. And as a result of that, as you can see, these type of regulated institution trusted Canton, we have over $6 trillion of assets already on chain. You will see more and more. A lot of people ask me, why don't you see this on rwa.xyz? What we're doing is we're asking some of our clients to actually start exposing the numbers. But again, that's one of the challenges with privacy. You can't just see everything that is happening on chain. So what you're going to see in the coming months is more assets becoming available on Canton, all the way from treasuries, equities, stablecoin, tokenized deposits, and many more. And what you're going to see is a lot of financing on chain, not just for crypto activity, but actually for traditional finance. And I think that the opportunity is huge. I mean, if you look at what we call eligible collateral in the world, there is about $260 trillion worth of assets. And currently, due to lack of mobility, meaning the inability to move these assets in real time efficiently, only 10% of these assets get used on a daily basis on average. So there are about $240 trillion worth of assets that we can bring on chain and use for better financing. About a month and a half ago, we did the first transaction where US Treasury were available natively on Canton. And I want to make sure everybody understands, not to mistaken it with tokenized US Treasury. This was not a wrapped US Treasury. This was an actual US Treasury held legally at the DTCC, which is the legal record of US Treasury in the US. And it was used to do a repo transaction, effectively a financing transaction over the weekend, where traditionally speaking, you couldn't be doing those type of financing activities. This is just a list of some of the traditional finance institutions that are already using Canton today. You can see there's different kinds of use cases, but really what we are very excited is that the network is already number 5 from on-chain fees. We've had 10x user growth just in the last month, and we have now 400 validators running on the network. And, we're very excited that the coin of the network will get listed roughly within the next few weeks. But we're very excited to actually be working here in Asia. We're hoping to expose more and more of the clients in the next coming weeks and months. And we want people to come and build together with us. And I think where I will end is, I think that when you look at a lot of layer ones, it is really the miners or the validators that earn most of the tokenomics. Not most, all of the tokenomics. When we built Canton, we realized that we need to make sure that we align our incentives with those that build on the network. So in Canton, the tokenomics actually get distributed between not only the miners, we call them super validators, but actually most of the tokenomics go to the app providers, those that build the apps, do the hard work of trying to get clients, develop new business models, so that the applications on Canton actually earn most of the tokenomics and also the users. And that have led to really nice user growth, app growth, and we would be very excited to partner with everyone here in the room that wants to come and build with us on Canton. So with that, I'll finish by saying thank you very much for taking the time.